Remember the Sokovia Accords and how important they were to the MCU from Civil War all the way up to Avengers Endgame and even a little bit after it? Well, we heard that they would be a factor in She-Hulk and that they would get addressed. And they definitely do, because in one simple line, they tell you, yeah, forget about the Sokovia Accords, nobody cares anymore, masked heroes anywhere, we can't regulate this garbage. So the more that you think about it, the more that you realize that the Sokovia Accords literally would not work in the MCU now because of how many heroes they're tossing at us. I mean, in She-Hulk alone, we got a bunch of mutants that have showed up, a bunch of different heroes and villains. They're seemingly all over the place, and the roster is just growing all the time. With the addition of all the Netflix shows into continuity and everything, there's even more powered people out there, or just people that are vigilantes, or, you know, people that are trying to do good. So there is that line where the Sokovia Accords don't matter anymore. It's brought up by Matt Murdock during the case trial he has against Jen, and they quickly just bypass it, telling us, no, those things don't matter anymore. The Sokovia Accords, don't worry about it, because we're here and we're now, right? And this kind of makes sense for multiple reasons. One, Thunderbolt Ross and Valentina are putting together a team. They probably don't want the Sokovia Accords there, since, you know, it could come up against many of their members' records. But two, they've also realized that you can't monitor this. And the Sokovia Accords never really mattered, and were never really gonna work, if that makes sense. Like, I understand why Tony was pushing for them, and other characters. But at its heart, you'd have to look at it and go, yeah, regulating all these heroes to be puppets of the government, again, goes to Captain America's side, where he's like, what if they just turn into Hydra again and we're doing the job for the bad guy, right? So the reason they don't want it here anymore, and the reason they get rid of it, is because it would literally come up against anything they can do in the future. If they still existed, what would happen when Kang shows up? We have to watch a 45-minute scene of them all sitting in a courtroom with Thunderbolt Ross trying to hear arguments of what they should do while different heroes all get called up. Hey, yeah, you comply with the Accords, right? Okay, thanks, Iron Fist. Okay, good to know you're on the team. Yeah, we're gonna bomb New York, yeah, because that's where Kang is. Okay, good, just get out of Dodge. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense to keep it in there, because it goes up against where the MCU is now, and literally would get in the way of stories. So She-Hulk addressing it by saying, that thing doesn't exist anymore, is literally the smartest thing they could have done. So, goodbye Sokovia Accords, nobody's gonna miss you. But we all agree Cap was right.